Hi, the Taurus, loving to let you here. Welcome. We're here with your very personal extended Saturn Retrograde reading. Thank you for tuning in. We're here for you. What I'm going to grab for that is that there's something that you've had in mind. Let's clear the energy. There's something in the environment that perhaps you felt was like very confusing when it came to clearly like seeing this ability. I'm here as an ability. The Hangman, Eight of Cups. For a number of you, there's something you're clearing. It's for a number of you a plan that you have in mind. You want to really carry out. It's something though that you feel is related to the third paradigm, and it's really necessary to be patient with that process of allowing the environment to move through the shift that it needs to in order to properly address the space in which we want to access and tap into these gifts. For a number of you, this really comes down to how it is that we motivate our dreams within a space where we are at peace with the cycle that they move through. I'm hearing in terms of activating them. One second. Okay, so for a number of this has to do with how you I'm hearing you absolve the boundaries to what you feel is your sort of like your space of acting on your passion. Okay, it's like, well, I feel like I haven't arrived yet. I feel like maybe my passions are like only valid if I sort of see them in that way or this way. What I'm getting for a number of you Taurus is that is irrelevant, and you see that you're like, it's not like either I'm successful because I also started it or not. For a number of you, it's the process really is what I'm feeling. It's a matter of allowing things to also unfold. For a number of you, this is something that you feel you just can't define, and that's been really uncomfortable for a certain period of time. But and it may have to do with what's my place in this world? What is it that I'm actually even portraying? For a number of you, this is something that you want to start. It is something entrepreneurial. I'm hearing freelancing for a number of you. This is something that you want to create, and you know that it is really challenging the space in which possibly in the past you have performed to this point, and even operated. The Ace of Swords up right at the base of the Ace of Pentacles. This is this is a business for a number of you that you want to start. Ace of Wands up right. I'm hearing 88. Let's clear that. That reduces down to 16, reduces down to 7. There's a focus possibly in the archetype of Venus, and that is also in retrograde at this time. This is something that possibly you've been really thinking of. What is it that I'm hearing observing as a space of collaboration in the space of what I feel I care about. So in other words, it's like, what is the role of a partnership in the space of what I want to create? For a number of you, it's a matter of maybe even like I'm hearing co-parenting a certain space. I don't know what that's going to do. I'm hearing co-starring. I'm hearing that as well with the Father Cups, a space where you feel you're collaborating, co-creating in a certain way. Now, the Ten of Swords in the environment, for a number of you, there is a focus on silencing the so-called white noise. There's a lot of pressure here. There's a lot of factors in the environment that make it feel or make it seem like it's also not possible or appropriate. I'm hearing that. So in other words, it's like everything makes me feel like I'm running out of time, or that I'm not on time, or that, let's clear that, that I'm not also like opening myself to the experience enough. Interesting. Like, am I not doing enough? Am I not going to? No. Taurus, I'm seeing that at the end of the day, you realize that everything is divine. There's divine timing at play. Absolutely the High Priestess. Right over the Temperance card. This is Pisces and Sagittarius. For a number of you, what it comes down to is taking direction and leadership within the space in which you feel you are identifying your gifts in. So in other words, I'm not going to wait, let's say, to the point where I also feel that I've gained confirmation of what it is I'm creating by others to feel like, oh, this is the right path. I'm hearing as well. I don't know what that was going to. We got the Death card reverse. It's like, well, in the past possibly, I worked in this company, and like people would sort of give me measures, right, to kind of guide my way along. That's not for everyone. It could even be a project that you had going, and maybe you were like operating with a number of people or a number of other companies in that space, and it was kind of like, well, we all worked in this industry together, and their work sort of like cross-checked ours. And so I'm seeing that now it's like when you want to move in a really entrepreneurial direction, Ace of Cups as well. You got all 4 aces here. Lead out as far as no longer are we playing to the metrics of that game. I'm hearing that as well. The 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Like, success in that field no longer applies to this field. For a number of you, this is Ascension. And it's very exciting. Thank you so much for tuning in. Dear Taurus, actually the card that fell on the ground is this Daughter of Cups. We have the Son of Cups that leads you out into the future. There's something about the space of forming this union, 6 of Cups, in the 3D. So for number of you, this is a vision, and you're like, okay, well, I want to apply it in this space, and it's just a matter of, I'm hearing channeling my perspective. Interesting. 3 Swords in reverse, 5 of Cups in reverse. For number of you, I'm saying you want to actually partner up, possibly even with a friend. I'm hearing somebody who you know very well. Actually, the Death card here in reverse. I'm hearing Freddie. I'm hearing Kruger. It could be a company as well. It could be somebody who possibly is an entrepreneur. but space of really, I'm hearing heavy collaboration perhaps is underway, as you might feel it, like maybe you feel like moving in that direction and moving closer even to that particular industry. It could be related to the archetype of Scorpio, 8th house metaphysics, transformation, even working with assets in some way. Okay, even, yeah, take it as you will. The Scorpio relating to also partnerships, the concept of partnerships, the concept of also, let's clear that. Regeneration. So, yep. Okay, now for a number of you, there is like something that is presented possibly as you feel it to you at this time. It's about a tough timing though. You feel like, no, I'm not seeing it as someone necessarily, well, you get guidance. No, you have signs here, like left and right. This is something that has been building, Taurus, where you feel like, okay, it's like, I keep getting, like, possibly, as you might perceive it, I'm getting signs. Like, I feel like every so often, I feel like I need to move in that direction. Every so often, I feel like I'm seeing that is where also things are leading. Wow, so maybe you have a premonition, you're having visions, even dreams for a review, repetitive dreams. I'm hearing that as well. I'm seeing pay attention to your dreams. For everything, this has to do with travel, has to do with places you've traveled to. It's almost like everywhere and every place that I went to, that I traveled to, this would kind of come up as a recurring theme for me there. So for a number of you, this has to do with your perspective, your perception, even possibly real estate or ideas that are innovative. And for a number of you, this is something that has been coming up for, and I just got to the Temperance card, definitely something, yeah. But Sagittarius, 9th house, Jupiter, but, you know, as a focus here, and we also have Jupiter retrograde during the Saturn retrograde period, but for a number of you, this is something that you've been experiencing for a long time now, okay? And with all these retrogrades, Saturn coming up for retrograde, Jupiter coming up for retrograde, there's a focus on reflecting on so many cycles that are sort of almost like, you know, kind of like synchronized waves, right, with one another. So I'm saying there's a focus on the color green for number you. Yep, big time. There's something that you feel you have an audience for and it's waiting. The sun up right. It's something that you feel, to say this way, there's a need for this. And I realize that. I see my audience very clear. I see people who would really be able to also appreciate the space. Not to say that it already exists, right? Technically, 10 of Pentacles in reverse. And what does it mean for something to have already existed, right? If it exists in your mind's eye. For a number of you, this is a matter of, I don't want to say timing with the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, but it is a matter of how we are open to, okay, the concept of there being no time, Ace of Wands upright. So it's like, if we say that there's no time, does that mean that there really is no concept of time at all? It's like, if we're acknowledging that something doesn't exist, in a way, doesn't it kind of exist? So for another, possibly it's the observation, the space of observation that we are actually becoming honest with, okay, addressing. And you have the Father of Swords in reverse, Ace of Cups upright. There's something that possibly you feel you're even planning strategically, organizing as well. All right, Taurus, thank you for tuning into you here. Love and light to you. Thank you for your patience as well during this period where there could be a lot coming up for you, changes, shifts. I'm hearing be gentle with your higher self. I'm hearing that as well, but always take your, you know, that could be what someone tells you as well. All right, but thank you again for tuning in. Love and light to you, and I'll see you soon. Bye, Taurus.